Picture this. It's 1588, and the world's two most powerful empires are about to face off in a battle that will reshape Europe forever. On one side, Spain's King Philip II, with the most powerful navy ever assembled, the Spanish Armada. On the other, England's Queen Elizabeth I, with her smaller, more nimble fleet, ready to fight tooth. The Spanish Armada was an enormous fleet of 130 ships, carrying around 30,000 men and hundreds of heavy guns. Philip had one mission: to overthrow Protestant Queen Elizabeth and restore Catholic dominance over England. The Armada would sail to the Netherlands, pick up a massive invasion force, and then launch a full-scale assault on England. Why the sudden desire to invade England? Spain and England had been at odds for years. Religious differences were at the heart of the conflict. Spain was a Catholic powerhouse, while England, under Elizabeth, had embraced Protestantism. But religion wasn't the only issue. English privateers, essentially pirates with permission from the Queen, had been raiding Spanish treasure ships for years. Men like Sir Francis Drake made fortunes looting Spanish galleons full of gold from the Americas. This piracy enraged Philip, and he saw an invasion as the best way to put an end to England's interference. By May of 1588, Philip's Armada was ready. It was the largest fleet ever assembled in Europe at the time, and its sheer size was intimidating. The plan? Simple. Sail through the English Channel, link up with Spanish forces in the Netherlands, and crush England in one decisive blow. But even from the start, things didn't go as planned. Stormy weather delayed the Armada's journey, and by the time they reached the English Channel, the English fleet was ready and waiting. England's fleet was outnumbered and outgunned, but they had one major advantage: speed. The English ships were smaller, faster, and more maneuverable. Led by experienced commanders like Sir Francis Drake, they used hit-and-run tactics to harass the massive Spanish ships. The climax of the battle came at Gravelines. The English sent fireships, vessels packed with explosives, drifting toward the Armada, forcing the Spanish fleet into chaos. As the Armada scattered, the English moved in, picking off the vulnerable Spanish ships one by one. It was a stunning victory for England. Even after the battle, the Spanish Armada's troubles were far from over. As the fleet tried to retreat north, they were hit by violent storms in the North Sea. Ships were wrecked on the coasts of Scotland and Ireland, and thousands of men perished in the unforgiving seas. Of the original 130 ships, only about half limped back to Spain. It was a disastrous defeat, and the invincible Armada was no more. The defeat of the Spanish Armada was a turning point in European history. For Spain, it marked the beginning of the end of their dominance as the world's superpower. England, on the other hand, rose to prominence, establishing itself as a formidable naval force that would go on to build an empire. This clash on the seas wasn't just a battle between two nations, it was a battle that shaped the future of empires. The English victory laid the groundwork for centuries of British naval dominance and global expansion. Now the story of the Armada has been told and retold, with some myths creeping in along the way. For instance, some claim that Elizabeth's navy was made up of commoners with no training, when in reality, England's fleet was manned by experienced sailors and commanded by some of the best naval minds of the time. And while the Armada's defeat was a major blow to Spain, it didn't spell immediate doom. Spain remained a powerful empire for many years afterward, but the defeat certainly tarnished its reputation and shifted the balance of power in Europe. The Spanish Armada's defeat is a reminder of the importance of strategy, technology, and, well, sometimes luck. The English Navy's agility, combined with the unpredictable weather, led to one of history's greatest naval upsets. It's a story that shows how the tides of history can change in an instant, literally and figuratively. So, Next time you think about world-changing battles, remember this. Sometimes all it takes is a storm, a few fire ships, and a bit of strategic brilliance to alter the course of history. Subscribe for more fascinating stories from the past.